what I saw was this, that the soul, the thinking and feeling, and again, remember that, that they say that our conscious mind is about 10% of what we are, and the subconscious mind is most of it. That our soul is like a lens for the light of spirit to shine through. And it's going to shine through, and depending on what's in here is what's going to show up out here in our lives. And so many times we try to change things out here. If only my husband was different. If only my job was different. If only we had a different president or a different Congress or different thing, then my life would be better. But the truth is, this is what needs to change. Like a movie, if you go to see a movie and you want something different to be on the screen, you're not going to get a different screen, are you? You're going to get a different movie. Because you want that to be shining, the light's going to shine through it one way or another. It depends on what we put there. So God's not going to change. Spirit is spirit. Spirit is the light in that projector that's just shining. But what's in our consciousness is what that light illuminates out in our world here. And so again, if we think of that Christ presence that's shining through us, this is the personality. This is the mask to that. This is the filter for that. And so our job is to change that, and that's the next steps we'll look at, what that's about. But who are we? That's the key. So just a little fun with this. I brought along a lamp. Now there are lots of different kinds of lamps, aren't there? A few. But what's the same about a lamp? Light. It's plugged into electricity. If it's not plugged in, it doesn't happen, right? So this one, I actually have one of those energy-saving bulbs. It takes just half a second to start up. But now I can put a different colored shade on this, but it's still the same electricity, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I can have a big shade, but it's still the same electricity. And so that's the thing about that Christ. It's there. It's ready to flow through us. And whatever outlet we give it, whatever way that we give, that's how it's going to show up. So our job is to be as clear as we can be about who we are as the Christ, so that that's what's coming through. And in the work, what I see in terms of our forgiveness and the clearing out of this, that some of it is conscious work, but some of it is just saying, all right, God, do your work. I let go. I let go of what I need to let go so that you can shine through my life. You know what needs to be changed. You know what needs to be released. I'm open. And then things will come to my attention. Oh, I need to work on this. I need to forgive this person. I need to change this. But then I don't need to go do the digging in that process. Spirit will reveal what I need to work on moment by moment in that process. So I'd like you to, again, get in your group. And here's the question I want you to discuss. How have you seen the Christ expressed through yourself? And how have you seen the Christ expressed through others? Okay, so I'll give you about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes on that one. So how have you seen the Christ expressed through yourself? And how have you seen it expressed through others?
You remind them verbally, it changes the whole dynamics of the
It is.
Right. God's the third person. Exactly. That spirit's the third party. Exactly. I have a ringing in my ears.
It's flavonoid. Commercials use flavonoid.
So, as you were talking about how you felt the Christ expressed through you and how you've seen it through others, what was the most poignant for you as you were talking or listening to what someone else said? What was the most poignant for you? Jack, you want to start there?
Yeah, I was just sharing, and I kind of got it when we were sharing together. And I really liked your word quickening, because there's times where I'll feel that quickening within me. Like I was telling her just quickly, I was on the phone yesterday with a friend, and she was going on and on about her week. And I felt myself getting a little anxious, and all of a sudden I felt that presence within me just quicken me. It's like, Jack, listen, she needs to be heard, So I was on the phone with her for an hour and a half. And a lot of times when people go on about their stuff, I kind of tense up and I want to get off the phone and, okay, let's get to the point real quick. But lately I've been noticing a quickening within me that I need to stand there and be the presence for this person. And when I was done with the conversation, I was fine. I was energized. I was relaxed.
Rather than feeling like you're...
I gotta get off the phone, and it's like, oh my God, I'm drained. You know, it's like, okay, I did a service for this person. I was, the presence for her, and she needed somebody. Yeah. So
Powerful shift in how we see who we
yeah,
are.
it's like I'm noticing that more and more when I'm feeling like I want to get out of a situation. All of a sudden, I'm quickened or empowered to be in that situation as that Christ presence.
Got it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, don't let your ego get in the way. Don't try to fix it. Sometimes people just need to vent. They need to get out, purge that poison, that toxin that they're feeling in their emotions, to get it out. And if they're just using you as a sounding board, you don't take that internally. You just let that happen. Be a listener and understand what they're trying. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to cut them off, and let your ego get in the way.
I use the image sometimes of being a place for people to ground out.
There you go.
And just, I'm
You're
not gonna hold
sounding
on to anything,
board,
I'm
right.
just letting it out, letting it be released.
Exactly.
So what was something else that was poignant for you about seeing the Christ in yourself or others?
And it's been more recent, and it's been because of you using this propel love. So when I get into a situation, I'm going to propel love to this person today, because I know she touches my button.
Touches her, pushes her.
And my whole body changes when I'm with her.
Right?
So that's been really helpful.
Good. But what else?
Well, I had a similar type of response to something where I had someone trying to impose their faith on me. And I just got an image of being, I'm flowing, but this person is just flowing around me. What he's doing and saying doesn't have to enter into my stream and upset my peace.
Right.
They can just let them go by and not confront it or anything, just let it go.
Yeah, this is not about me.
Yeah.
We
You
go
know,
back
that little card that I have, where you hold up the part, in your mind, you hold up the sign that on your part says, this is not about me. On the other side, it says, tell me more. Because this is not about me, so I don't need to be attached. Yeah.
We go back to the thing with, like, what would Jesus do? Okay, and Jesus was not an exception. He was an example for us. He was the way shower. If we can emulate the way he taught us, he was a great teacher. If we can see that Christ in us, give it to other people, to let that propel out to them. It's the way if somebody was dumping on Jesus, how do you handle it? I mean, his disciples were always dumping on him or something.
He would turn it around.
He turned it around, exactly. He wouldn't internalize it.
So what else? How have you seen the Christ at work through you or through someone
I
else?
just had another thought. It has to do with plugging into with the light. You have to be plugged in to the source to have it illuminate.
You have to know who you are. And if you're going to be of service to others, you have to know that you're connected, because otherwise what do you have to give? So you have to be prayed up.
Yeah,
Prayed up.
Yeah, what I do in a lot of circumstances is pray at a time, or send God's Spirit, even here this morning, blessing this situation. And in that way, when I get there, I know that I'm, into a peaceful place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sets up our next question. So
Oh, no.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that by praying up, because with what I do every day, I find I pray mightily on the way to work. And oftentimes I've had patients say, I want what Kathy's on. To the doctor that I work for. In fact, it just happened again the other day, and they said, I want him to prescribe me what you take.
Is it Prozac or what?
I work for a
It's
psychiatrist.
Prozac.
I work for a
Prozac,
psychiatrist.
there you go.
That's right. But I tell them, I have to say, that it comes from a place of faith in my connection with God. I was blessed with my mom's, I guess, attitude in lots of ways, but I have to always say it comes from my faith and my connection with God.